Hey guys, hope you're doing lovely. Welcome back to Do You Watch Anime? This is a show where I sit down with a guest every week and ask them, Do you watch anime? And we go from there. And today, joining me is voice actor in such anime as I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. My Hero Academia Vigilantes, A Sign of Affection, and Blue Lock. Kamen Casey, how are you today?
What's up? Thank you so much for having me, man.
Of course, of course. So, do you watch anime?
I do watch anime.
So, how did you originally get into watching anime?
It's my dad's fault. One day
Okay.
we were after school cartoons. He's playing all the cartoons, anywhere from Batman to Johnny Quest, and then we land on a little show called Dragon Ball. You know, when
Oof.
Goku's just a little kid, and it took off from there. I was like, "What is this? This is crazy!" And then just growing up and watching Dragon Ball turn to Dragon Ball Z and Toonami and Adult Swim and all those amazing shows that came with that.
Yeah, I love that. So, how did you like what are some of your favorite anime?
Ooh, okay. No order. I'll give you like a top five,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna combine TV and movies. You know, just because all
Yeah.
of it. I don't know, just all of it. Cowboy Bebop
Oh,
for sure. The
so good.
pace, the style. Every time I revisit it, it's special. It just as the world gets faster with dopamine hits and scrolling, Cowboy Bebop gets even slower and just like in a beautiful way, where I just kind of appreciate the style and the pace.
Hmm.
Attack on Titan. I mean, it might be a cliche answer, but I honestly, to take it even further, I think that should be studied in colleges when it comes to writing. Like
Hmm.
I absolutely loved a writer that was writing with. It felt like nothing holding them back. So I'm going to say everything I want to say in this piece and just deal with what comes with it. Because I feel like there were some lot of deeper messages in there that were pretty wild and intense.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the hoopla about the ending was. I don't know if they were watching the same show I was, but I'm like, yeah, this wasn't going to end happy.
God no. God no.
No spoilers, but it's a dark show, so get ready
Yeah.
for some dark moments. All right. I'm throwing in. I mean, the classic. I mean, Akira. You got to throw in the
Oh yeah.
classic. Got to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which that storyline, it's very relevant. It keeps popping up in I think pop culture and even in the news a little bit. But Ghost in the Shell shocked my
Okay, yep.
world for sure. That blew,
Yeah.
as a kid, I think I was too young to watch that. I'm like, this concept. Wait, what do you mean? Like, what is going on? And this machine have a soul? What are we talking about?
Is everything
Um,
real?
right? Of course, Dragon Ball Z. The
Yeah.
effect the lock Pokemon had on me from what 98 to 2001. You know, just all the games.
Yeah.
But I keep going.
I love that. So I always bring this up when Pokemon gets brought up. If you could voice any Pokemon,
Oh
who
man,
would you voice?
I'm going with Mewtwo just because he spoke English and
Ooh.
got the monologue. That was intense as a kid too. I'm in the audience at the movie theater, like, what is happening? Parents are like, "Is this what you watch?" I'm like, "No, this isn't like the show at all." It's cooler.
Oh my god, 100%. I thought Mewtwo was absolutely terrifying. I was like, and then it made you realize that, oh yeah, maybe they don't treat the Pokemon as nicely as they should.
Like, whoa, damn,
As an
preach.
8-year old, yeah, as an 8-year old, you're like, damn, social constructs. Uh, oh my god. So, what was it about Dragon Ball Z that made it one of your favorites?
Oh, I don't think I knew the word stakes as a kid, but I think that's what hooked me. It was this concept
Yeah.
of we have to train, and they're never ready. They're never ready. Every single time, they're like, okay, all right, they're powering up, they're leveling up. Oh, the bad guy's here. It's too late. What are we gonna do? You go first. Good luck. We gotta stall until so and so gets here, and then so and so, and then it was just the chaos of the fights and just the yeah. It made me. I was like doing push ups and sit ups as a kid, training, and just they made training seem so cool and like that. If
Yeah.
you work hard enough, you could reach your dreams. You know, as a
Yeah.
kid, I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I was the type of kid who was playing Dragon Ball Z on the playground and as the other kids were playing sports. So the
Yes.
teacher was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm making kamehamehas, leave me alone." Um
Yes. 100%.
yeah, and
Goku needs my energy for the spirit bomb.
yeah, exactly, exactly. He needs me. Um yeah, I totally agree with the stakes thing. I cuz like get that out of your mouth. Sorry. My cat is get that out of your mouth. Oh my goodness. Um Can you not eat paper? Oh my goodness. Oh, goodness gracious. But yeah, like before it was like we had Pokemon, like Ash never really had any like imminent danger besides Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Um get it out of your mouth. Oh my god. Okay. Um like we had Digimon, they kind of died, kind of not. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
remember that much. But yeah, then we had Dragon Ball Z where it was just like how many people are going to die?
Yeah. Yeah.
And when?
Yeah. Win, right?
Yeah, oh my god. So moving on to roles you voice in. You voice Jade in Guild Receptionist. How is it voicing such a great guy like Jade?
It was a blast because there's two versions of him, right? There's
Yeah.
the badass leader of the Silver Sword, and then there's the complete absolute simp for
Yeah.
Alina when she rolls around, right? And so him screaming at the top of his lungs and trying to do whatever he can to please her,
Yeah.
and never doing a good job, or at least he thinks he's not, right? She lets him believe that, but
Yeah.
it was so much fun just hopping back and forth between Seagar's wall, like let's kick some butt,
Yeah.
Selena.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Like, so how did you approach him as an actor? Because he's a very layered character.
Episode one came out swinging, where he's
Yeah.
very perceptive at first, and leading the group. But then there's that scene in the alley where we get a chance to hear the Japanese first, or if sometimes a lot of times we're lucky enough to be able to watch at least one episode. It might already be out. I think
Mhm.
actually My Hero might be the first one I've ever got a chance that's dubbing at the exact same time, so I don't get to hear the episode before. But
Yeah.
for Jade, I could hear it, and he's screaming at the top of his lungs. I'm like, oh, we got to go there. We got to
Yeah.
go there. So if he's swinging the hammers, he's not playing it cool. He's like he's screaming for his life. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's who it is. To be truthful to the character, or the manga, or the light novel if you pick it up. I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
cool. We get to go there. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. So a while ago I had Jill Harris on this show, and she she described Jade as having male wife energy, and I think that is the most perfect antithesis of his like simp side
Yeah, that's
of
hundred
just
percent.
yeah, of just like, yes, I'll do whatever you need.
Yeah, what if you? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There's
you
one episode he's playing it cool, and it's like it's fine. It's actually working on her, and then she just like, no, go back to being that other way. He's like, okay, I'll do that then. And like, geez.
oh my
Man, he's like, I'm
god.
really bad at this. She's like, yes, you are. You are really bad at this. I'm like, come on, give my boy Jay some love, man. It was
Yeah.
working.
He's trying his best. Um, so during recording, what was kind of a moment that made you laugh like really hard? Because it is a very
Oh,
funny anime.
damn, that's a good question. Yeah, we were cracking up a bunch working with Manny. Manny's awesome. I think it was one of his first shows ever directing, and so it was so
Mhm.
cool to to be a part of that. And also shout out to Manny because I met him in the hallway, but for him to, I mean, it didn't have to be me, but just to cast somebody that he barely worked with, I think speaks a lot to his character. Because maybe I'm getting off into a deep end here, but it's just if someone gave you $1 million to make a movie, you're probably going to cast your friends, right? You're like, let me hook up my friends, the people that took care of me, whatever that is. And for him to cast some strangers, I was like, yo, the integrity. What a start, man. That was awesome. And thanks. I was so thankful to be along. But sorry, funny stuff.
Hmm.
Gosh, the music, we were laughing a lot about the music as well, about like it has this 70s kind of like like Bruce Lee movie music every now and then when it's time for Alina to whoop some ass.
Yeah.
I know why that would always crack me up. Like I love the music in the show.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'd never noticed that. The ED though, like, oh my god, like the
Oh
ending
man,
song, oh, so good.
yeah.
Oh,
The opening kind of confused me. By the time we got to the end, I was like, "Oh, is this
yeah.
her origin story? Like, what show is this from?" I'm like, "Okay, I get it now." Like,
Yeah, yeah.
where's the
The
pterodactyl?
yeah, the opening, I'm like, what kind of show is this? Um oh my god. So going like, what did playing Jade mean to you as an actor and in your career in general?
I think it was a chance to explore more. Where I feel like sometimes, I mean, when you just anywhere, any field you enter, when it's acting, um, you're going to be. I hate the word typecast, but the first thing they notice about you is probably the first thing that's going to get you in the door, right? Whether if you're naturally funny, if you naturally have a deep voice, you're probably going to be playing monsters or bad guys, whatever that is. And getting a chance to show some comedy was so much fun. Like I probably booked it on the heroic voice side of things, but getting a chance to show no, I can scream goofily at the top of my lungs and act like a complete idiot in the booth and like there's no I don't know like I just was so happy to be able to show that and have that on my reel now like oh he's a nut he's crazy it's like yeah that's probably the real me.
Oh my god, I love that. So you also voice rapped in
Hey,
My Hero Vigilantes.
yeah.
What was your reaction to being cast in like like in Vigilantes?
So every season we'll get a lot of us will get actually I don't know I can't speak for casting but
Mhm.
anytime I get an email usually probably about 4 times a year based on the seasons it might be a general audition or it might be a specific audition for shows and things like that and of course every single time you get them it's like cool got to go do my auditions knock it down write out what I need to do have your process and do it but there's like are you a John Wick fan or have you seen the
Yeah.
movies?
Yeah, yeah.
So John Wick I think the end of 2 where everyone's phone goes off and then like when like a My Hero or a chainsaw pops up, it's like you could just feel the energy shift, especially if you're at Crunchyroll. Like, bing,
Yeah.
bing, 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 bing. Everyone's like, did he get it? Did you get that email? Like, we don't really know who got the email, but it's like I gotta go do this now.
Yeah.
I'm not turning this in at the last second. Let's be first.
Yeah.
Be first and be fantastic. Go, go, go. But that was I was like I gotta steal a part. I was envisioned as stealing like if I can steal a side character, right? Of course, it'll be amazing if you get to play Goku or get to play forgetting all the names of jeez, good lord, Attack on Titan. Oh my
Yeah.
god, Aaron,
Aaron?
right?
Yeah.
Or Mika. Of course, if you can steal one of these, or if you get one of those, cool. But like, I try to be realistic and steal the side characters if I can. If I like, even for it was funny. Even getting Jade, I wasn't even aiming for Jade. I think I might have did one take and was like, someone famous or big's gonna get that one, but I think I can get this other guy that Lord, forgetting all the names now. The Ranger,
Yeah, yeah.
was Ignis, always
Yeah.
shooting the fire, right? I was like, oh, he's got kind of like this cool, edgy. I think I could do like a laid back. I don't really care about this kind of. I was like, maybe I can sneak into this show like there, and then I get cast as Jade. I'm like, oh shit, oh that's awesome. I can't wait to jump in. And so seeing My Hero pop up first, it's like you get the audition. I try to send it and forget it. Send it, forget about it, and then boom, you get that, and you're like, oh, so and so wants to cast you. You're like, oh man, and then I saw the name, and I'm like, I don't know who that is, but I'm just glad I'm in the show. Let's do it. Like, and then I
Yeah.
started reading up on the character. I'm like, he's a freaking lizard. This is so much fun. Like, I get to do a lizard voice, and I feel like everyone, again, like I might be cast for a certain type of voice. I'm like, I get to enter a different realm that people probably have never heard me. I mean, they probably haven't heard me anyways, but I mean, now I'll get to add a different voice to my.
Yeah, I love it. So, as an actor, how do you approach a character like Wrapped? And especially because, I mean, you're dubbing it as it's coming out. So, how do you know, come up with the voice?
That I was practicing just different lizard voices, like looking at a couple different shows and like how do they approach what does a reptile sound like? Playing with the S's, especially if he's like a snake type, and then getting a
Mhm.
chance to hearing the Japanese live and going, okay, we can go there, we can have a lot of fun and really get into those kind of more sounds and then put it in the body because you're in the booth. Like I come from a theater background, so it's all like I mean, yeah, dropping in front of the mic. No one can see you anyway, so just in there, like trying to think of a line he just says. He's like, I don't even know, but yeah, we can go and fight. Like, just having a ball with
Yeah.
just crazy laughs, and let the director say, hey, pull it back or more. Just throw
Yeah.
things, make strong choices, and let them go. That was hilarious. Don't do that again, or love it. More of that.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love it. So, what was your reaction to seeing the first episode and being like, "Holy crap, I'm like doing this in My Hero"?
Crazy, because it's like I think I wasn't excited. I thought I was excited when I got it, but it was like go to work. Now it's like do a good job, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I celebrated until I think I watched the first episode dubbed. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I can breathe. Like I can see it all put together and see everything where it even fits in the story, and just see like I didn't know how much the character was going to be in it. A lot of times it'll say like this character might shoot from this month to this month, or sorry, record, and you're just kind of like, I hope I'm in the show a lot. You don't really
Yeah.
know, and so getting to see how much action he was already in episode one, I'm like, damn, like this is so freaking crazy. Like we're in My Hero, like things that you just think are gone. They're like what on season 8 or 9 now. It's like okay, that's before my time. How cool is that? Attack on Titan before my time, and then even with Attack on Titan, I got a chance to do one of the OVAs, like one of the like additional like almost like DLC content, like episodes. I'm like, what? I get to do Attack on Titan. I get to get beat up by Annie. Like I just watched this. Like this is so crazy. It's like you just missed out. I mean, like it's so cool to see like a My Hero get a spinoff like Vigilantes,
Mhm.
and it's fun. It's a fun show.
Yeah, totally. It's been one of my favorites this season, and yeah, it's just so good. Oh, and, like there's something about shonen that when it can like make you go, "Let's go!" It's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, so good. So going from a character like Wrapped, sorry, um, Wrapped, who's very like grisly and like very monstrous, right? To a much softer character like Kyoya in Sign of Affection. Uh, how is it taking on a character in a romance compared to a shonen?
Honestly, it felt more natural. I felt more comfortable in that
Hmm.
space where it being one of my first shows,
Hmm.
or first one like supporting or main characters that are almost in every episode. It was more comfortable just because it felt more like theater or TV film where it's just, oh, this character has an objective, a person they're interested in. There's these obstacles that are in the way. I've got my given circumstances. I've got, how to approach this, and working with good Lord, names, man. You got, I'm getting old, man. Oh my God, he's going to kill me. Oh man. But give me a second to remember some names here.
Oh, good.
But we had just did Gundam together. Why can't I? Oh man. Oh man. Oh, that's killing me. I can't. Oh man, I really just saw him. But having the permission to have an ease and to use more of my natural voice, because a lot of times I'll raise it, to
Yeah.
kind of go higher and try to get these younger characters. But he's like, oh, he's the older cousin, and the guy playing my cousin has a much deeper voice than me. I was like, oh, how freaking
Yeah.
cool. Okay, no pressure, so I don't have to worry about. It's okay to use this like a deeper voice. It's these guys are a little bit older. We're not playing 16, 17. We're actually in our 20s and 30s and a little bit more up there. I'm like, cool. This is much more at ease. And honestly, Blue Lock was what unlocked kind of me having to learn on the fly more of the shonen style, the more of the screaming and yelling and over the top and going for it, which sounds so easy as a kid. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
they're just yelling for the whole episode. I could do that. No, they're still yelling with stakes. They're yelling with reason. They're yelling with a purpose. Something happened to them to enforce and reinforce that yell. And then even technically, how do you do that and not blow out it's just all these things that I hadn't realized, just watching from the outside and then getting in there. It's like, oh, all right, here we go.
Hey, y'all, just wanted to take a moment and talk to you guys about an incredible convention debuting this year. OzokuCon runs from August 29th to 31st, and it is located in Port Huron, Michigan. Even though this is the first year they're running the event, they have one of the biggest talent rosters in all of Michigan. Meet Griffin Burns, John Gramillion, Cassandra Lee Morris, Walter Jones, Naya Marino, Caleb Yen, and even some friends of the podcast like Ben Stegmeyer, Mauricio Ortiz Segura, and Corinne Sudberg, plus many more. This convention is jam-packed with some amazing panels, a nearly 24-hour arcade, courtesy of Classics and Wadoka, and gaming tournaments running all weekend long, thanks to Grand Finals Entertainment. Plus, Friday and Saturday, they have some awesome after hours events. Like on Friday, they have a live production of Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Saturday, there's a rave. So to learn more and grab your tickets, go to ozokukon.com. I hope to see you there. And now, back to the episode. Yeah. Yeah. A Sign of Affection is my favorite romance manga ever. Like straight up, like even before the anime got announced, I was reading it like I have like what nine volumes now. Um it's just my favorite, and I thought the dub was fantastic, and I just it just is so good.
It's so
And
sweet. It makes me want to cry every episode. The snow is just like perfect. I'm like, I want to live in that world. This is
yeah.
crazy. The drama, just a little bit of drama. It all works
Yeah.
out in the end.
Yeah. So what's your favorite part about A Sign of Affection?
Favorite part of Sign of Affection. I loved the spoiler alert, the monologue where I got to have with Ren, his love interest, where
Mhm.
he finally, they finally pull the veil down. Oh, she gets off the phone with somebody, a guy, and he's just like, "Oh man, if I, waited too long to shoot my shot, it's like she already seeing someone. Oh man." And so him confessing all these things to her was just so awkward and awesome because,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not supposed to be smooth. Like, who walks up and is like, "This is gonna go perfectly, everything's gonna work out." No, it's like,
No.
I was this is so hard. And I don't even know if you like me back, but here we go. That just was so much fun and vulnerable. Just vulnerable. That was
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, it's one of my favorite scenes in the anime so far. And it's just so good. And like I love the, like you said, the vulnerability. Like it's not your typical like, oh, I'm gonna do you want to go out with me? No, you stumble over your words, you're nervous, you're like, it's now or never, god damn it.
And she like stubs her toe on a rock. Like it's just fun.
Yep.
And then he tries one smooth line. He says something like, "You're cute in every way." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go." Like that. I don't even know if that came out right.
So
I'm
good.
sorry. Like,
Yeah.
he tried.
Yeah, and as a viewer, you're like, no, just keep going. Yeah, through that whole like kind of their like off like kind of pining relationship, I was just like, come on, girl, get in there. And
And
then
even
they
like the customs over there and how they handle touch, like
yeah.
where the Jeep scene, right? They're in the Jeep, and all of a sudden it comes out, and his hands on, they're holding hands. He's just there, like looking like, what? I can't believe it. Like, having to treat it like he just proposed is so much fun too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so good. So you voice Rio in Blue Lock,
Hey,
which is hi. Are you okay? I guess my cat is saying hi. Um, which is who is one of the most, honestly, one of the most important characters in, oh my god, in Blue Lock. How did it
oh
feel to get cast in such a like pivotal role?
yeah, crazy because just watching it grow and so quickly,
Hmm.
it went from, again, we submit our auditions. It was Chainsaw Man's coming, Chainsaw Man's coming, right? And so the
Yeah.
auditions come and we get them and we submit them. And I was aiming for, I'm forgetting all the names today. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Aki, who ends
Aki.
up
Yeah,
playing my
yeah.
cousin in Sign of Affection, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, he's stoic, deeper voice. I think I can nail this Aki guy. So I'm all
Mhm.
in trying to give my best performance for this audition. Time passes, you see the cast list come out, you're like, oh, didn't get that show, all right, cool, move on my life, go do some other things.
Mhm.
6 weeks in, all of a sudden into the season, I get an email saying, hey, Jonathan Rigg wants to cast you as Rayo in this show called Blue Lock. I'm like, I'm just happy to work. I mean, I'll go in there and and scream like a monster up for 30 seconds if you need. Like, I don't care what it is. Yeah, I'm down. Like, that's cool. Who's, and usually when it's like episode 7. So usually you're probably someone's brother for an episode,
Hmm.
an uncle, a cousin, you say a couple lines and then, thanks for having me. And, see you down the road. I had no idea this guy was going to be sticking around for multiple episodes in the first 12. Then another 12 episodes gets announced. We didn't even know those were coming. He's back for some more action. Like, I'm like, this is crazy. Then we get a movie announced immediately featuring my character and Nagi. I'm like, what? Like, it just, good times keep rolling. Now we're in season 2. And then I'm not on the poster, so I'm thinking, or Rayo's not on the poster, so I'm thinking, okay, all right, it makes sense. They just got a movie. He's probably not going to be in season 2 too much. It's time to feature these new guys. Yuki Miya, Reen, get to know Reen more.
Yeah.
Shido, like he gets this super sick. It's time to focus on them. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, yo, like they're using the budget on Rayo, man. Like, hooking my guy up.
Oh my god.
Crazy
Yeah.
journey. Crazy
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah. And I love I love sports anime. I don't play sports, but I love sports anime. Like Haikyuu, Blue Lock, all of it. Oh god, it's just so good. What has been kind of your favorite part about being in a sports anime?
Ooh, it's this show. Like, even if it's, of course I'm in it, so now it sounds like everything I'm saying is, oh, it's because he's in it. But like, it has done for me what Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z did for me as a kid, where
Okay, yeah.
everyone in this show has a goal, a dream, but it's so much more realistic. When people
Mhm.
ask me, everybody wants to get into voiceover. They're like, oh, I want to be an actor, but I'm too scared, so I'll go do the easy one. I'm like, oh, the easy one. Voiceover's the easy one? I don't
Yeah.
know, but sure, okay,
Yeah,
But
go off. Like
yeah, they're like, what's auditioning like? I'm like, Blue Lock. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, there's one spot and everyone's going for it. What
Yep.
are you gonna do? That's it. That's the game. That's the game. Like, that's the game. Everyone can't have their dreams come true, right?
Mhm.
At least in that moment. Like, today, someone's dreams are coming true, and someone's getting their dream broken, their heart broken, and
Yeah.
who's gonna be the one who has longevity to stick it out, stick this through, see it through, and keep going. And so watching the show, and they did their homework. Damn, like, just like Ego should be my ringtone or alarm every day. He's my favorite character. He'll just
Oh,
drop these
wow.
like beautiful quotes that are just like, damn, like, I need to go out and be somebody. What am I doing sitting here watching TV? I need to get up and
Yeah.
like, just the way he describes things in that show is like,
Mhm.
damn, like, they really did their homework.
Mhm. And like I grew up with like my dad's British, like I grew up with soccer, watching soccer, everything. So like every time he would say something, I'm like, "Oh, that's correct." Oh, there's so many things that I was like, "Oh, because sometimes sports anime can just bend the rules a little bit." But this I was like, "Oh, this is legit. This is holy crap." Um and like I love the like again the stakes of it, where it's like cutthroat, like you get attached to these characters and it's like bye bye.
Like Game of Thrones, you don't know who's
Yeah,
gonna go. You're like,
exactly.
damn.
Yeah, it's like damn, oh my god, and they all have different hair. I don't understand. um
I love Isagi's such a great child icon. Like,
yeah.
I mean, even for adults too. But I'm like, even like as a kid growing up watching like a Goku who's like, I'm never gonna give up. I love seeing that in Isagi, where I'm not the tallest, I'm not the fastest, I'm not the strongest, I'm not the smartest. I think Nagi at one point calls him, "Who's the average looking guy? Or who's the
Yeah.
average Joe dude over there?" Or the moments where Isagi gets to these battles where I think it was the 2-on-2, and Naruhaya
Yeah.
says, "I just got to be better than you, man. You're the suckiest one out here. If I beat you, I'm good." Like, you don't have a weapon of your own, and just so like, and Isagi saying, "Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
figure this out." And so his whole game being to adapt, I think, is something that everyone, especially, I'm getting old now, so this generation needs to learn. It's not just entitled. I click it, I get it. It's no, it's I didn't get it. Now what?
Yeah.
Oh, adapt, change with the changes. Okay, what did they do? Let me learn from that. What pieces can I grab to build this puzzle? And so
Mhm.
I love this show. I love the manga. I don't know if you read or keep up or watch spoilers and things, but
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's fantastic, and the art in the manga, woo! Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I'm like, how do they it just keeps getting better, and I'm like, "How? How is this possible?" I don't
crazy.
understand it. It's crazy. So,
World Cup's
how
coming, so I hope we drop at the same time. I
oh,
hope season three comes. Like they have to, right?
they
It's like
have
two
to.
years, 2026.
Yeah, they have to. Oh my god. So
Hi, I'm Steve Yurko.
And I'm Tara Sands. Now available from Maji Media is our new podcast, 4Kids Flashback. 4Kids is the company who brought you the English dub of Pokemon in the late 90s and so many other shows like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Shaman King, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Kirby, the infamous One Piece dub, and so many more.
We'll be talking to the people who worked at 4Kids. Actors, directors, writers, editors, producers, engineers, you get the point. And hopefully get the answers to questions both you and I have about the company.
I actually worked there as a voice actor on some of the shows.
And I was a kid watching the shows and remember way more than Tara does.
And thank God for that. Steve is actually a professional storyboard artist, which gives some really unique insights into anime and animation. Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts. That's the number 4 Kids Flashback.
hey guys, welcome to the Patreon portion of today's episode. And if you want to join the Patreon, there are a few different tiers, like shoutouts on the episodes, as well as exclusive videos and behind the scenes content and so much more, and even the episode a day early. Thank you to Geo, Keith, Blythe, Bunny, Mikey, Sheba, and Brooke. And if you want to join the Patreon or find out more, the link will be down below. And yeah, back to the episode. How did you originally get into acting in general?
It stuck with me. I grew up in front of the TV as a kid. Like I'm still a Power Ranger, right? That was like that and Barney was probably the first things I watched. Power Rangers and
Damn, all
Barney.
right.
90s baby, 91.
Yep.
And, parents, paid attention. I love them to death for that. For instead of saying stop doing this, it's like, what is my kid interested in? Okay, let's put them in that. So they put me in karate. They're like, okay, he's always jumping, kicking, and flipping. Put him in karate, right? And so
Yep.
through that, I was able to even continue like just studying movement, which kind of got me into more of the stunt side of things. Growing up watching Jackie Chan, Wesley Snipes, all these action movies, Bruce Willis, and just all these movies I just loved growing up as a kid. And then came high school. I did theater and things, but never saw it as a viable career. And then ultimately, I went to community college because I still didn't know what I wanted to do in my life at the time. I was just working and knocking out classes, knocking out basics. And then finally, I took an acting class in community college, and teacher Alice Butler, she was like Yoda. She was like, "You need to be doing this," and I just start crying. I'm like, "Show me your ways! Like, what are you doing to me? How is this working? Like, I don't cry." And then from there, I did a year with them, and then I was able to transfer off to SMU, Southern Methodist University out in Dallas, and
Mm-hmm.
it just kept rolling. Things kept rolling. Got an agent, and just kept rolling. And I loved having. Now I appreciate how I got into it because I feel like I'm half business, half art. Or going back to the longevity thing, it's a lot of people I meet. They're all art. They're so passionate, and I love that. But it's like when the passion is gone, is the discipline going to remain?
Mm-hmm.
That's that other side that you need to have. And I mean, I think that's coming from my parents too. My mom's super passionate art. My dad's corporate. He goes to his
Yep.
job, very black and white.
Same
This
here.
plus
Yep.
this equals this. Like there's no gray area with him. And so
Yep.
combining those two things has allowed me to chase my dreams and keep doing this and make a living doing this for the last 10, 11, 12 years.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I'm all over the place.
Yeah, no, I love it. And like, so how did you find like voice acting going from like theater, like TV, film?
Going to education, like I'll
Okay.
constantly preach education where everyone's
Yeah.
pushing for what's the fastest way. I'm like, the fastest way is to go slow.
Yeah.
Think, oh, whatever, just I'll go to YouTube, I'll click all the equipment, and this is what I need to do. And I'm like, I love that. Do that and combine that with the education, and you're going to be unstoppable. If you just do one, like all the shortcuts and none of the foundation, And so going to school and studying theater, I got a chance to also network. College sometimes might feel like a money pit or a trap, but I feel like it's the best networking I've ever had in my life. And I've been gone from it for almost 10 years now. And it's still like a badge of like this thing you went through with the people, you're like, oh, we all went through this war together, this whole crazy experience that no one can relate to with the people that have been there with you. Right. And so, I got a chance to audition for Funimation at the time, and Flower Mound for a couple of shows. And I think One Piece was actually my first show with Joel McDonald and Marcus Stimmick. And Mark is SMU alumni as well. And then I was doing Walla and background voices and things. And at the time, I don't know if they paid like, when your entry level is like $25 an hour or something. You work for 30 minutes, right? It's like, it's such a cool job. Like, oh my God, this is so fun. But I got to go get a real job or do other jobs, in the meantime. But, so I just left it alone completely. Moved to California. And then after COVID, I came back. And I think I messaged, not even understanding the business, the voiceover side of things. I messaged Caitlin Glass one day in like 2018. I was like, hey, when are you going to put me in one of these anime shows you got? What? Like, just would never do that now. Like,
all right.
Stupid.
God damn.
When are you going to let me play a bad guy, right? And she was so sweet, like, my ignorant ass. She's like, hey, like, he's like, you're awesome, and that's so cool. He's like, well, you got an audition. You have to audition. I was like, oh, sorry, of course. I'm just talking shit and poking fun at you. And, about 2 or 3 years later, after that message, and of course, this wasn't like she did not give me a job. I probably auditioned for her for 2 years, and didn't get into a lot of things. And that's kind of the world. It's just you're auditioning. Commercials, TV, film. I try to do a little bit of everything. So you're sending them out, and whatever you catch is what you go to, right? And about 2 or 3 years later, I book a movie with Caitlin called Sing a Bit of Harmony.
Okay,
Sing a Bit of Harmony. Musical. I'm like, Caitlin, I cannot sing. I want the job. I'll go learn how to sing, but I'm like, oh no, this character he has martial arts background like you. I loved your audition. I got to play this lovable goofball who like he always loses, but he doesn't care. He's going to keep going anyways. And it's just like, he's such a like heartbreak kid. I'm like, this is so cool. And so, and he was like, I don't know if you say you watch sports, like, I felt like he was such like a sixth man. Like he comes off the bench, hits a couple shots, then he disappears. And I was like, what a cool chance to do this without too much pressure. Like, cause I'm up at the time, I was like scared of like too many lines. I'm like, oh shit, like I don't want to mess up. Like I want to do a good job. And he comes in, does his part, gets the hell out of there. I'm like, okay, all right, I did my part. I just got to knock it out the park, got my lines, and just get in, get out, get in, get out. That's how it all started for me.
Wow. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. All right. Remember, no, I'm kidding. Going forward, just do that. No, I'm kidding. So what parts of theater, film, and TV do you bring to your voice acting?
Ooh, everything. I think that's my bread and butter when it comes to understanding human nature and getting a chance to work with scripts over the years through theater. Like nothing beats theater. Of course, doesn't pay the best. So a lot of times, a lot of us stray away from it because we gotta eat, gotta feed our families. Gotta feed our beautiful cats and dogs and things, and so it can be tough to make a living doing. But without it, it becomes very difficult to truly spend time. Like, how often do you get a chance to just spend time with a character for that many weeks and months? And being able to do that, I felt like fed into this world, which is having to go really quickly. It's like you might not know what you're even walking into yet. It might be full of NDAs or full of quick pace speed. It might be like, all right, hey Adam, welcome. All right, today, you've been cast in this show called The King and the Queen. You're going to be playing the prince. You just found out your girlfriend is actually your mother, and you just killed your father. All right, let's watch the clip in Japanese first. Boop, boop, beep. All right, your turn. There's the script. Here we go. 3, doop, doop, doop. Now you're saying the line, right? So it could be pretty. You're like, I have to scream like that, and I just walked in here 30 seconds ago. How you doing? How was your day? Traffic was rough. Cool. The weather was cool. Let's get started. And you're like, oh shit, right? It's very sink or swim, and it's like Blue Lock. What are you gonna do? You're gonna sink. You're gonna swim. This is what you want to do. This is your dream, right? Well, this is what we doing here. Let's go. And so
Mhm.
having the training from education and theater of, okay, who am I? What do I want? Where am I coming from? That's all I need. All right, let's go. And then
Mhm.
let the director do their job going, hey, like what you did here? Or that was a hell of a swing, but that was a miss. Let's try this. So just make a choice. Make a damn choice and let the director guide you to the next to the island, to the land.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh my God. I love that. Yeah. So how has your relationship with anime changed since becoming a voice actor?
It keeps changing. It keeps changing. Where I feel like when I didn't voice any characters or many characters, I think I watched a whole bunch of it,
Mhm.
and then I think the more I started to do it, I feel like the less I started to watch, unless I was studying. I was like,
Mhm.
okay, ooh, I got a new role. Nice. Let's go look up all the things. Let's try to find the manga if I can, Wikipedia, fandom, whatever I can find on these characters. And then then I don't know. Then I've started to distance myself from watching it too much because I could see how you could become obsessed with what's coming next.
Yeah.
Where I've seen it happen to people all the time, especially people that only dub anime. Where like now you've got a group of I say a group, but I've noticed a wave of people that get into dubbing anime. Not necessarily I want to be an actor, not necessarily I want to do voice. I want to be a voice actor, meaning commercials, books, audio books if you really want to make some money,
Yep.
narration, like video games. Like no, I want to do anime dubbing, right? So they come in going after that only, and then I watch them go from like I got this cool role. I'm soldier number 72 in One Piece, right? And they're like announcing it and getting banners made, and like I'm like, holy shit! Like, I mean, you can't tell them to slow down, but it's like what's coming next is going to hurt, which is, oh shit, I didn't get cast this time.
Yeah.
Now your whole emotion is attached to. Maybe I'm getting too deep here, but like
No.
get to your goals and things, or to your happiness is tied into what you're receiving versus being around the thing or the
Mhm.
pace of it all, the journey. So I see it go from, oh, I got this amazing opportunity to mental. Now you see mental health posts. You're like, dude, come on, like you're gonna get rejected and just not chosen way more times you're gonna get picked. So like not having that education or being prepared to dive into this stuff, I see it wear on people, and they're like having like mental health posts after like they're not getting picked up this season. I'm like, dude, you know how many people didn't even get to be soldier number 72 in their entire lifetime? Like,
Yeah.
breathe. Like, it's coming. Take your time, pace. But these are all things you have to take classes for. I know we all want to skip education and think, oh, it's the old way. We don't need to do that. What do they have to offer? It's understanding what you're even getting into versus just it's fun to book. Hell yeah, but how often is it going to happen if like I don't know, but I'm old. I'm an old man.
No. They it like makes so much sense. Like I even when people come up to me and be like, "Oh, should I start a podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah, but just don't expect anything crazy right away. Like it's not going to be you're not hitting all the stars, right away. That's not going to happen. That's not realistic. You have to have some sort of realism to like ground yourself kind of. And like it's great to have amazing to have dreams, absolutely, but you just gotta reality has to has to hit. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't have a passion or truly love for it, and you're just trying to a quick hit, like oh my God, I've done that so many times where I get a business idea. I
Yeah.
got a business idea. People have invented toilet paper and what's the ear swabs. Like, what can
Yeah.
you come up with right now that can make you? And so I remember I had one idea where I think it was like 2017 or 18 when Snapchat was like, things are going vertical. I'm like, I'm going to be the first person I'm going to interview people. Right. And I'm like, damn, I don't really have this backing that. Let's say now we see the NBA and NFL players doing it. They can call their buddies who's in Hall of Famer and have all these amazing people. Wrestlers can call in all their buddies and they can just, but us regular people, we're like trying so hard to find who the hell do I know. Right. And so I put together this Snapchat pilot. Right. And just, oh my God, I hated myself by the time I was like done with it. Cause I'm like, I don't care. Like, what am I doing? I'm trying to make money. And I really didn't have a passion for it. And one
Mhm.
guy from a movie that I liked, I used to like, now I can't like it because He emailed me back 3 years later, literally, like 3 years. Like,
Jesus.
hey man, I love the idea. Sorry, I was busy on tour for 3 years. Okay, if we get this money, the money's okay, but we can get it, more respectful. I'm down to do it. I'm like, dude, I've moved like 3 states since I didn't even respond.
Well, just the
I'm
fact
like,
that he
this is.
found it like years later, that's
You on
I gotta
crack looking for money, like.
yeah, I gotta respect that. Like he's got to have like some kind of assistant do that. Like
Where do you
there's
find that?
yeah, like
I'm in debt. I need to find some money. What
yeah,
are these emails? Oh, this one.
yeah, literally. Ooh, this looks nice.
Jeez. So this isn't my
Oh
passion.
my god. But yeah, passion is very important. Oh my god. So what's a moment in your career, could be voice acting, could be theater, could be film, that made you go, I made the right decision going into this field?
Ooh, there's a couple. I'm gonna give you two.
Mhm.
When I got to SMU, I was nervous because a lot of meeting everyone, they came from an art background, right? I went to an art school, and then went to this. Everyone went to like a high school musical, if you're really old, like a fame school,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Where like everyone's singing and dancing at the school, like what the hell? We were getting bullied, and you had to have the right logos, and like you couldn't wear a Nike shirt and
Yep.
Reebok shoes. Like it was a whole public school, right?
Yep.
The real world, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, boy, I'm out of place. But once then I met the teachers, and then it got a little different. Where I was like, oh, okay, we're all different. We're all come from different walks of life, and that's what makes theater so beautiful. Like this place, and it's this combination of everyone. Of it's. I felt at home when we first walk in. As I was a transfer student, but I was coming into the sophomores was my where they placed me coming out of a community college. So I was a little bit like 2 years older than everyone in my class, but it was the first thing we had to do, like initiation. We all have to get up in front of the entire all 4 classes and do a monologue. And I was like, oh shit, like of course we have them prepared, but it's just like I didn't know I was doing that today, right? You're in, and it's like Coliseum, like gladiator Roman. There, everyone's like, I'm like, this is freaking cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm nervous, but like hell yeah, like I feel like everyone's like it was just a place to finally embrace this dream where I felt like I had to protect my dream from people going, really? You sure? That's not gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I guess. Where I got here and it was none of that. It was like, this is what we do. And I'm like, hell yeah, like so that would be the first one. And the second one would have to be when a couple of years ago I got a chance to do Black Adam with The Rock.
Yeah.
And I'm standing across from The Rock, and I'm like, again, hell yeah, like this feels like I don't feel out of place. I don't feel like I'm getting like I'm just in over my head, because I felt that before too. You're like, this is not my thing. Like I was a gymnastics coach for like 2 weeks because I like to flip and trick and had a martial arts background.
Yeah.
2 weeks of it, I was like, this ain't. I can't. I'm freaking out every time I come up here. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at spotting these kids. I'm like, I gotta go. Like this is. It was so cool. Like I'm like growing up on action movies. I'm standing over here with The Rock. I've been watching him since since a kid. Watching wrestling. I'm like, it's all just like whatever you believe in, whether it's God or universe. It was like I feel like if you keep working with your 2 hands, or probability of chance. If you're like, no, I'm just an all logic and math guy. Cool. Yeah, the chance, if you keep sticking around, the probability of things happening, of auditions coming your way, you have to maintain a living, maintain being in a location, whether if it's, I'm all over the place. But even being at my table, I had someone come up to me at a convention say, how do I get into voiceover? I've got this, I got my reel, all this shot. I think I was in Ohio, and I was like, you got to move. And it sucks, but you have to go.
Yeah.
You want to be in movies? Go where they're making movies. You want to be in anime? Go where they're making anime. And it was, I was hearing myself too. And I'm like, as much as I would love to be in more movies, I'm like, I live in Texas. I'm like, damn, I got to take my own advice one day if I'm going to make that jump one day too. Or again, I guess going back to a California or a Georgia. But
yeah,
it sucks. You could be the most talented person in Nebraska, and if they're not making anime there, we don't get to see. You could be the best basketball player in the world in Hawaii, but I don't know. Are they scouting there? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. That's crazy. That how did Black Adam come to be? How did that
Black. Long story short, it was COVID. Everybody was at home. I saw a lot of people shooting their shot and kind of recording videos to reach out to their favorite celebrity. Like I've seen like a rappers reaching out to like hey, I'm a young rapper. I'd love to be. Could you be on my song or can I send you stuff? And everyone's at home with their phones, so
Yeah.
people will get messages. And I'm like, I got an idea. I got a stupid idea. I'm gonna shoot my shot at The Rock. And my friends are like, dude, he's got the most followers on Instagram. He's never gonna see this shit. Like, why are you gonna do this? I'm like, no. I'm like, I can see it. I don't know. It's just when you can see something, I'm like, this is gonna work.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, I mean, okay, like I'm already not in any movies with them right now, anyways. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I think I could do this. Every Tuesday, he's posting random people across the world holding his tequila, Terramana. I'm like, that's it right there. I'm gonna do a Rock impression with this tequila, and at the end of it, I'm going to ask for an audition, not for a job. Not give me a job. I'm gonna say, hey, can I audition for anything you got going on? Because I know he's very into creating your destiny with your own two hands. Nothing given, everything earned. I'm like, let me earn it with an audition. I don't even know how to get an audition. But I do have an agent and I am an actor. So I have been putting in my work there. I'm not just some random guy trying to get a movie. I've got an agent. How does my agent reach out to you, right? Not just, I'm some guy, man, give me a chance, right? So it works. I shot the video of impression of him holding the tequila. A couple weeks go by, and then I think it was like December 8th, 2020. He posted it just by myself. Usually it's like a compilation of videos. Post me by myself. He's like, shout out to my brother Kamen Casey for shooting this shot. I'm gonna have some representatives from $7 Productions reach out to you. I'm like, what the fuck?
I would have shit myself.
It worked. Yes. So I got a chance to audition over Zoom a couple times for casting director. And that casting director, he cast a lot of WB. I guess it makes sense over the WB. It was like he cast The Flash, he cast Mortal Kombat. Just I'm like, again, these things I grew up watching. Like, this is the world I want to be in. Just again, sticking to your dreams, being available for the opportunity. Or if you want to get into some of Ego's quotes, when Ego talks about luck, I don't know if you remember the luck episode. My God,
yes.
Epic.
Oh my
putting
God.
yourself where the bird's gonna shit, you like it's not so much of getting shit on by a bird, but if you see poop standing there, that's where it's gonna land. Like, it's just such a beautiful concept of put yourself where the gold might, the ball might come to you, whatever it is, the goal, the dream is not gonna land if you're nowhere near it, right? And so it was so cool. And then getting a chance to do even some reshoots with the editor who edited or who was an editor on my favorite movie ever, The Matrix. I'm like,
oh my God.
This is just woo! Thank you, God. This is cool. But man,
that's crazy. That's I would have he was my childhood as well, so I would have shit my pants. I would have been like, "Hi, you're much larger than I am. You're a very large man. Very large. So, what advice do you have? Actually, sorry. What's one of the hardest lessons you've learned since becoming a voice actor?
Ooh, even just acting. I saw an interview by Captain America. Geez, names. Who's a new Captain America? What's his name? Jesus. Oh my. You know the new Captain America's name? Falcon.
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Okay. Anthony Mackie had a beautiful interview on, I think it was The Pivot, where he was talking about preparing, or long story less long, about you're chosen in this industry. We keep gearing up our kids and people in the industry that if you work hard, it'll all work out, right? And it's like, it will put you, again, just like that luck conversation, it'll put you in the area to receive it, right? Going to SMU led to me having an opportunity to audition for Funimation, right? And without that, I would have just been at home, never getting a chance to meet any of these people. If you want to go even further, me getting into community college, I met someone that told me to audition for Shakespeare Dallas in the Park, which was casting, which was the head of the movement department at SMU. I was a mover, flipper, jumper type guy. to get cast in that show to meet a whole bunch of SMU alumni, which ended up stopping me from going from New Mexico to stay in Dallas and getting a chance to be at SMU. So if you don't put yourselves in these positions,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. So that's my personal advice. But ultimately, that is going up against someone still has to choose you. No matter, I wish it was like sports where, oh, this guy he scored 100 points. He's the best.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, right? It's
Mhm.
and even then, it's all these scouts involved, blah blah blah. But it's someone has to select you, but you still have to stay ready. So long story less, if I want to just make it one sentence, even though someone has to choose you, still stay ready.
Yeah.
That would be my advice.
Oh, I love that. Well, thank you so much for being on.
Yeah, that flew by. That was quick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So where can the lovely people find you?
Catch me on Instagram is probably where I'm mainly at there. And then it's just my name, KamenCasey. Sometimes I'm on X. I kind of post out of Facebook and TikTok out of obligation, but I'm rarely kind of on this.
No, valid. All right. His links will be down in the description below. And you can follow me at Corky Cosplays on Instagram, Adam Corky everywhere else. Subscribe to the Patreon. You get videos a week early. There we go. Words and stuff. As well as exclusive videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.